Hey everyone, Reuben here. I help drummers go from feeling confused to confident so that they can play effortlessly in the flow of music. If this sounds like you, then hey, come along with me. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, ding, and yeah, I'll see you every week for a new video. Anyway, something different today, and I'm really excited about this one. I'm such a cymbal nerd, it's shocking. I've got 4 vintage Paiste jazz ride cymbals to show you and to review. Now, the reason why I wanted to make this video is because none of these are available anymore. Yet, you can still find a lot of them in the second-hand market, especially in Europe. There's a lot in the US as well, but seems to be a lot of them in Europe. The awesome thing about Paiste is that they're really consistent. So I've got 4 completely different ones here, but they all use the same alloy. In other words, they're made from the same metal. So what's different about them is hammering, lathing, thickness, just general profile. There's a lot of differences here, and we'll talk about those as we go through. The alloy is the B20 alloy. They've used it for their Formula 602 cymbals and kind of derivatives of that line for a really long time. It's a beautiful alloy. It really sings. You're never going to find a bad cymbal in this alloy. On with the cymbals. So first up, we've got this Formula 602 Flatride Thin 20-inch. Now this is a pre-serial cymbal. In other words, it's so old that it was constructed before they started putting serial numbers on their cymbals. So from about 1969 onwards, they were putting serial numbers on, and that's a great way that you can kind of figure out the birth date of your cymbal. So this is from, I approximately think, somewhere around 1967 to 1969. You can't see it, but it's got the red logo just at 3 o'clock with the Cymbals stamp up here. And it comes from the era when these were first being made. Paiste were the first people to make the flat rides. And of course, there's plenty of famous recordings with this on, but the most famous is the Chick Corea album Now He Sings, Now He Sobs with Roy Haynes, although I believe that was in 18. Anyway, this is what the Paiste Formula 602 Flatride Thin 20 sounds like. Obviously it's a really dry cymbal, but it's got a lot of beautiful shimmer to it. It's an amazing cymbal. If you find one in a medium or a thin, snap it up. Now, this next cymbal, this is a Formula 602 medium ride 20-inch, and this serial number starts with a 4, and it's basically based on the logo, wherever it is, over here, and the serial number, I figured out that it's from 1974. So the funny thing about this cymbal, actually, and this one as well, is Paiste reintroduced the Formula 602 line, I think in the 2000s, and they just went back to the same construction. Like, I think they even had some of the same cymbal artisans working for them. So it was really easy. They've got their master cymbals, they've got the metal that they use, they know the hammering techniques, they know the lathing. It's pretty amazing. So this is a vintage one. Obviously it's pretty grubby. I don't have the heart to clean it, although I don't think it needs it. It's a really beautiful cymbal. It's really crashable. It's quite bright, it's got a lovely bell, and it is pretty darn versatile. Check it out. Okay, skipping forward about 10 years from 1974 to 1984, we have this bad boy, which is a really awesome Sound Creation Dark Ride 20-inch. Now, Sound Creation was a line that came out of the Formula 602. It was like the next step. It's when Paiste started to experiment with a few more ways to produce cymbals with the B20 alloy. So, being that it's an 80s cymbal, and even I would consider it a jazz cymbal, every cymbal line in the actually cymbal manufacturer in the 80s, they went for thickness. They were really interested in I guess just having that durability in the cymbals. Some would say that's really made the jazz cymbals suffer, but it's just a different flavor. It's just maybe a pingier, dark and pingy. But anyway, this is the Sound Creation Dark Ride 20 from 1984. And yeah, it's a beautiful cymbal, really versatile, got a killer bell. The bell is amazing. You can see all of the hammering. It's been hand hammered. You can tell that because it's random. But the lathing is really quite fine. The lathing is as fine as it is on the Flatride, so really interesting. Here it is. There we go. If you listen to a lot of music from the record label ECM, you'll hear a lot of these types of cymbals in the early 80s. A lot of players like Jack DeJohnette, before they went over to other cymbal companies, were using Sound Creation Dark Rides like this. Beautiful cymbals. From there, the last one we've got today is from 1985, so still vintage. Now, from the Formula 602s, they went to the Sound Creations, the next step, and then they had one more change of plan, mess around, just try a few different techniques with this line, which is the Sound Creation New Dimensions line. Now this again is a dark ride, it's a 20. It's a bit thinner than its predecessor, but these were only around for about 4 years. They were discontinued in about 1989. So this one is from 1985, and again it's very grubby. You might be able to see all of the amazing hand hammering, although this one looks way more uniform in its hammering. Here it is. Can you hear a similar vibe going through all of these cymbals? It's that metal, it's that alloy, the B20. It's really amazing. And I'm so glad that Paiste brought it back. They're all wonderful cymbals. They're all very different. They're all jazz cymbals, but honestly, they'd be great in any setting. Maybe not the Flatride and grindcore. I don't know. Just so you can hear them all in context together. Ooh, they're so beautiful. I'd love to know what vintage Paiste cymbals you have and what you think about them, what you like. If you've got some of the modern 602s, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on those compared to these old ones. Anyway, this is just a snapshot. This is what I currently use when I'm gigging. It's a mixture of these cymbals. For rock and jazz actually, and a lot of recording as well. They sound so great. Really clear, beautiful, rich tones, but they're not overly complex. So if it's the sound you want, you know you're going to get it, you know it's going to be awesome. Go check them out. And if you like this video, cool, it's a little different one, and I'll be doing a few more snapshots looking into some vintage gear as this channel progresses. So like and subscribe and come along, and until then, go and kick some butt on your drums.